Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Casper Network, aka Casper the Friendly Ghost. So let's just dive in and let's start off with this tweet here from Casper. So they're talking about the entire FTX situation. I figured I would bring this up and really kind of talk about it because BitBoy did post this weird email that got forwarded to him. It was sent on behalf of one of the many projects that SBF destroyed. I sent this to CZ and Binance through a contact I have. We are barely tugging at the thread here, but you will see projects that, projects are angry and will talk to. And here you guys have a few things around it. So final demand for the 200 million new coin. How are you going to deceive CZ of the lawsuits, exposing SBS frauds, all that kind of stuff. Really kind of talks about a few things down here, but this was the big one that a lot of people were asking me about. So we do see we have been buying coins in other victim projects such as Casper, ICP, Aptos, etc. to instigate the class action litigation, subpoena and founders, and pierce your NDAs. So again, hard to question this. I mean, I don't know. Is Casper going to be hurt during this entire process? I highly doubt it. Again, like these emails, we don't know what happened with these emails or anything like that, but we do see over here from the Casper team, in these difficult times for the crypto market, clarity is essential. The Casper Association wants to be clear. We do not hold any FTT or Solana. We do not hold any assets on FTA or FTX, sorry. We have never been an investor in FTX or Alameda. We're committed to doing our part to bring more transparency and integrity to the space. Our focus, as always, is to support and enable developers and enterprises to build future-proof businesses. Thank you for your continued trust. Let's keep building. So, again, to me, I'd argue that Casper probably won't be affected at all. I mean, we've been looking at the price chart for it. I even tweeted out over here. I said every time I take a look at the Casper chart, it looks like one of the best setups in crypto. This thing is going to melt faces in the next run up, and I can't wait. And a lot of people have been, saying, I've been, loading up. Is it Ledger Nano X compatible? It is. You have to go over to their website, and they have this full breakdown. But also, somebody said, why am I shilling coins during this time? First off, I'm not shilling anything. I'm not making videos to shill tokens or anything like that. But one thing that I have been looking at on Casper is the price chart. So first off, I've been addressing my buy targets on Casper, and I have started to buy Casper again simply because of the price ranges that we are back into. Recently, we've seen us kind of dip down to my secondary buy point, which was about 3 almost cents, which I was able to buy a little bit around like almost 3. I don't even know what it was. It was like 3.1 maybe. I can't say for certain, but it was right around this buy range. I think I had a buy target set on resistance here on the weekly. It might have been on the 3-day that I was looking at in terms of support, but nonetheless, like this was the area that I was looking at to buy. I think I bought this support zone here, which we seen back in July kind of hold up, which was like 310. I also bought the 337 area up here, which we kind of seen a few wicks at back here as well. It never really held up fully. I think I had a stop loss on that one, or I might have not have, but I don't think I really set up any stop losses on Casper. I would have to go back and look and see if I'm still holding this position. I probably am. I'm still probably just underwater on that one. But nonetheless, I've been looking at a few levels, especially on Casper, to see where we could buy at. I would love to see us be able to buy under 3 cents again. Do I think that that is a possibility? I do think that that could be a possibility. The chart is still on the 3-day a little bit weak. So I would argue that we will probably come back down and test this like 310 level, and the more and more that we do test it, the weaker and weaker that it gets. So we could come back down to test like the 3 cent, like slight under 3 cent area. So this is the level that I'm looking at. It's like 290. So if we could see that, that would be great. Again, like I said on the weekly, on balance volume still kind of diminishing. It's kind of flat, I would argue. RSI is about to touch the SMA for the first time in a while. We've bounced off of it in the past. In September, we kind of came back down to test it. In August, we bounced off of it. So a big indicator on the weekly price chart would be us breaking down below the SMA on the RSI, which is this yellow line at about 36.94 on the RSI. So that is the level that I'm looking at, because again, if we do lose that on the RSI, we probably do go a little bit lower on balance. Volume will continue to decrease, and on the weekly, you could really kind of see where a lot of the demand is. It's at that 290 level, so that's the level that I'm watching for. And I will say, if we do go any lower than the 290 area, I'm just going to continue to DCA. I think that Casper is already extremely oversold and undervalued, and I think that it has been since we kind of topped a little bit back in October at about 5.5 cents. So far from that high to where we are currently on the price chart, we're down about 40 some percent. Recently, when we came back down and dipped, it was about like 40, almost 5%, which is a perfect area for me to like look into it and be like, okay, yeah, this is very interesting. Because again, you don't want to buy, and I even said this when Casper was pumping, you don't want to buy something that's up 123%, or even off of the lows back here, up 150%. No. You want to buy when things are down 40 plus percent, 50 plus percent. I mean, even this buy back here was an incredible opportunity where it came down and it was down 80 percent. That's insane. Even off of the November highs back here, this thing was down 90 plus percent. So this could very well have bottomed back here in June, and we might not even see these prices, but I would definitely be looking at major support to buy back here if we do see it, which would be 2.5 cents, just so that you guys know. But with everything happening, I will say there has been a lot of updates being pushed from the Casper team, a lot of growth. In fact, BitBoy did make his video on Casper. Like I said the other day, guys, I've been talking about Casper for so long, so it's very exciting to watch other large YouTubers start talking about it. I always say, like, I don't really like when, we have a large crowd coming over to a project, because it does push it a little bit higher, but, with the market conditions, it's pretty nice to see larger YouTubers start talking about Casper during these times. But we also did get listed on Staking Rewards, so you can actually stake Casper now over on Staking Rewards, which, by the way, they have 40 plus K followers. So a nice little publicity for Casper, which is great to see. And we do see we held an interview with the Casper Network team to get an inside scoop of what Casper has been working on and how they are enabling existing businesses to easily integrate with the benefits of blockchain technology into their existing tech stack. Which, if you guys do want to go check it out, you guys are more than welcome to. And also on that aspect, here you guys have the BitBoy video. We do see the video is great, but BitBoy reputation is not great. I hope it wasn't too expensive. Again, we don't know if he got paid or anything like that, but again, a lot of people have their own idea around this. Like, they're saying that's not a good look. I mean, listen, publicity is publicity. Do I support BitBoy? It's like I mean, I don't watch his videos. I don't really look too much into it. I know that there has been a lot of things around it. I will never speak ill on anyone in this space. I think that this space needs a lot more collaboration. So it is what it is. Everybody has their own opinions. It's all good. I usually keep mine to myself. But we do see most blockchains use complicated languages. Casper uses Rust and WASM, which opens the door for many developers. More devs equal better developments and also better dApps. And again, like I'm definitely looking forward to a lot more adoption from the developer side around Casper. I think recently they made a tweet where they were talking about like 25 million developers. They want to onboard like I should say they want to expose themselves to 25 million plus developers, which is incredible to see. I think that is going to be a huge door that opens to a lot more adoption and a lot more projects coming out to the Casper side of things. And we really want to see a lot more developers. So here you guys have it. Like, Casper is making blockchain accessible to 25 million developers globally. Developers around the world agree that Rust is the preferred language. Casper Network allows you to write contracts in Rust or WebAssembly. So again, 25 million developers is no joke, so them being able to expose themselves to that many is very, very incredible. And also, they've been pushing a ton of updates. Casper Signer, actually, v1.4.19 released. We will release the Signer's next version to add support for new integrations, mint and trade NFTs, and a versatile block explorer on the Casper network. Remember, you'll need to re-enable the extension by accepting the new permissions. And also, Casper Studio is coming, which I think that that's great to see as well. So, for example, down here, you do see what Casper Studio is. I think I said Casper Signer. I do apologize. But we do see very interesting request for Casper Signer, whitelisting Casper.studio from We Are Team Make company. Just check Casper.studio makes it easy for anyone to mint and trade NFTs. I would bookmark this page. Casper.studio, go Casper Network. And here you guys have it. So mint an NFT in just a few clicks, trade NFTs with friends, use any image, video, or audio file to get started. So this is very exciting, and this is all built around the Casper Signer, so awesome to see. And this is a small team that are starting to make things, but we do see them kind of getting into the initiative around Casper, which is always very exciting. So this is going to be awesome. Definitely excited for this. A lot more projects have been starting to kind of come out of the woodwork around Casper, which is always great to see during these times. Also, we do see let's talk about various kinds of deploys and flexibility on the Casper network. Developers and enterprises can choose to easily deploy and transition into a private network, hybrid network, and also even a public network. And here you guys have it. So the protocol is flexible, enabling easy network ops deployment. We do see private controlled participants, private IPs, private data and transactions, private chain governance. This is more control, and then there's more trust over on this side. Hybrid as well, controlled participants, private IPs, private data and transactions, block hashes on public chains, private chain governance, and then you do see public, permissionless public network, public data and transactions, high trust layer, and public governance. Casper can easily transition from private to hybrid to public network deployments. A lot of people have been always asking me, like, what makes Casper so special? Well, here you guys have it. You know, it could enable anything. It could transition to anything. I mean, this is the perfect network for anything. For anything. That's what makes it so incredible. And also the upgradable smart contracts, right? Our NFT contract actually allows you to create any kind of NFT just with a single contract because Casper supports an on-chain package manager. Hear more from CTO and co-founder Medha Parlikar. And if you listen closely, it's 48 seconds long. Listen closely to this.
Our NFT contract actually allows you to create any kind of NFT you are looking for, just with a single contract, and that's because Casper supports an on-chain package manager. So you install software onto Casper the same way you install software in your computer. And when you install it on Casper, you can configure it. So you can set it up the way you want. Do I want people to be able to transfer it? Can anybody mint from it? Do I have metadata, yes or no? And in that process, you can create virtually any kind of NFT contract you want from a single contract. And this is really great because then you can get the security guarantees of an audited contract without having to make changes to the base contract. You can just trust that that audit's been done and that contract is secure. Our NFT
And again, all of this goes hand in hand with how they could easily transition, how they could easily, upgrade things, move things around, and be the perfect fit for any use case, any player out there that wants to jump into the space and build out on these networks. This is very exciting. And I want you guys to understand and realize the value proposition behind this because this is what makes Casper so lucrative, so diverse, so different than anything out there in this market. That's also why I look at it at these prices because this thing is astronomically down. Astronomically down. I mean, even if you go back to some of these prices back here, these are ICO prices, but this thing was down 94%. At the current level, it's still down 92%. Going off of some of these levels up here, you're looking at 97%, 95%. From the level that we are at now to some of these levels up here, you're looking at a 17x opportunity. A 17x opportunity. And that's not even talking about the highs that are listed on CMC and stuff. I've always said this thing could easily shoot past some of the highest targets that some people have. I mean, I really do think that this token itself is a very, very interesting token going forward. I think that the value proposition behind it is going to be something pretty special. I've been looking at a lot of the buy targets that I've had set up, the gains that we could see to some of these levels up here, like the 1272, which is a bare minimum level. You're looking at 118x opportunity. That's if we do see that level. But again, anything is possible in this space. Anything can happen. But Casper definitely still is my number one holding, and it is for good measure. I think that this thing is a very special gem. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.